Hello YouTubers, my name's Chris, and the purpose of this video is to give you my opinion on this issue of the used up single black mother. See, I'm relatively new to YouTube, and I was surprised to find that battle between black men and black women found its way onto YouTube. I initially only checked out YouTube to find out this about this clown who calls himself Trash Man. Couldn't believe a black man from New York City, which is where I'm from, is talking about killing black babies and giving black women AIDS and all kinds of nonsense like that. But anyway, trying to find stuff about Trash Man, I ran into this. I see there are a lot of brothers who are making videos about the used up black single mom and how black men need to leave them alone. Now, first off, I think that telling a woman she is used up is one of the lowest things in the world any man can say to a woman. And on top of that, some of you brothers, like Sergeant Willie, Pete, and Thug Titian, have said it like a dozen times over in other videos. There's no question in my mind that if a woman hears something like that just one time, she's never going to forget it. Having said that, I can understand what you guys mean, and I think I'm going to try to explain it to the sisters in a less ugly way. And I hope I get it right as to what I think you really mean when you say stuff like that. But before we get to that, I want to address the thug issue. You brothers are giving the thugs way too much credit. A New York radio station that has predominantly black listeners did an unscientific survey about who are the worst dogs among black men, and transit workers pretty much came up on top of the list. New York City transit workers are the ones to blame for all the baby moms in New York. Now that was a joke, but seriously, black men who do blue-collar jobs such as cops, transit workers, those were the men who got the biggest votes, not thugs. Those were the men who got the biggest votes for the men who were doing the baby daddies leaving their women, high and dry. I believe a brother called Captain Solo did a video and pretty much pointed out the same thing. But the real problem for black women, the real problem is that for our culture isn't the black women, but it's the culture of black men who use our black women and get over on them. And you guys might want to admit it, but it seems like we love doing that even more than we love playing basketball, like it's some kind of sport. A lot of you brothers feel the sisters can't be victims because you feel they volunteered to play the game, but I don't think a lot of the women knew that it was a game, and even if they did, I don't think they thought the game would end with everybody, coming out a winner and with, her as the big time loser. So you see, no matter how much we want to blame black women, the black man is really the problem. Now I know brothers like, Sergeant Willie, Pete, and them feel that, you aren't one of those brothers who cause the problem. You don't do that stuff, and, to a degree you guys are right, because the problem started generations, before you, and even before me. I'm in my 40s, so my generation came before yours, because I think you guys are in your 20s. And, the problem didn't start with my generation, but it did get progressively worse, the generations that followed. But anyway, back to the topic of the used up single black mother. I just end this blame game topic by saying black women are so messed up because we, black men, deserted them a long time ago. When you desert a woman, what does that woman do? That woman has no choice but to fend for herself as best as she can. Now, black women have made a lot of bad choices over the years, but the black woman hasn't had the luxury that the white woman's had of having a man to help her. A white man and a white woman can do a point and counterpoint argument about how best to raise their family. And if even if they make the bad choice, two heads are always better than one. Now, a black woman may be a stupid fool, and she may get a black man who's also a stupid fool. But if you have a child together, if those two have a child together and they put their heads together to figure out what is best for that child, you find out two stupid fools can come up with a pretty good idea. They might be able to raise that child, within, the construct of marriage. But anyway, back to the point. This used up single black mother. What does that mean? Now, a woman has two important qualities that all men value: her youth and her fertility. And when a woman has both of those, a man can look at her and feel there's a reason to marry her. The used up black mother is the woman whose youth and fertility are gone, and she is still single. Now, some of you brothers go into describing the actual physical deterioration of a woman's body. I can't do that. All I will say is that there is a video by a YouTuber who calls herself 19%, that's spelled out 19%, who actually talks about tight vaginas. And I know that sounds nasty, but I think the video was very cleverly done, and I think she did it in a way that will not offend anyone. However, from my experience, alright, back to the topic. Most black single mothers learn the error of their ways before their youth and fertility are totally gone. So then you ask yourself the question, why is she still considered used up? Alright, back in the day, black women, when you were young girls, you would see stories like Cinderella and Snow White, and you would picture yourself as the fairy tale princess. Now, what you didn't know was that young black boys were also picturing you, and I mean you, the black woman, not the white girl, as the princess. We pictured ourselves as the prince or the knight in shining armor. Now, fast forward years later, a brother is ready to walk up to you and put that glass slipper on your foot. But you know what happens? He sees you in your beautiful white gown looking like as beautiful as an angel, and you run and jump into a pigsty. He sees you kissing the pigs and rolling around in the mud with the pigs. You even have children for the pigs. He sees you kissing the pigs. Oh. Okay, and after spending years of your life doing this, one of two things happen. You realize that you were playing yourself, or the pigs get tired of you because you've already given your best to them, and they really aren't interested in you anymore. You get out of the pigsty, you wash the dress with some super detergent developed by NASA. It will make the dress appear as good as it did the way it was before your pigsty days. You go through a revolutionary scientific process. It will take out any pig DNA that may be left in your body from all the years of you mixing your body fluids with the pigs. And now you go to that brother with the glass slipper and present yourself as his future princess or queen. That brother still has the glass slipper in his black pocket, but he won't put it on your foot. And the reason why he won't put that on your foot is because he knows if he puts that glass slipper on your foot, the only thing that will happen is it will crack. You won't turn into the fairy tale princess that he always dreamed of. And now you might ask yourself, why is that? Because you still got some of your youth left, still got some fertility left in you. But the brother knows that you've lost the one thing that can never be replaced, and that one thing is your virtue. No matter how beautiful you may still be to that brother, he'll never look at you as the same kind of virtuous woman you were before you jumped into that pigsty. And even though you're out of it now and you've learned your lesson, it doesn't matter. And that's the reason why I believe a lot of brothers are calling black women, single black mothers, used up. One of the worst parts about that whole scenario is that because that brother saw it happen to you, he figures it happened the same way with other women who are other single black mothers. He figures if it happened with her, it would probably happen with all of you the same exact way. So I believe a lot of the guys on YouTube are just the guys who they want to be the princes. They wanted to put the glass slipper on your foot. He's the prince, you're the princess, and you go away and live together happily ever after. But now they believe they view themselves as brothers who they still really like to be princes, but there are no princesses left for them, which is a messed up situation. But my advice to those brothers is they should just go ahead off with the other women like they're talking about, like women of other races, because if you get with a woman who you feel that is like used up, all that's going to happen is you're going to end up emotionally abusing that woman, and you're going to put yourself through a lot of emotional abuse also. So, but still, even if you decide to do that, there's no need to disrespect the woman.